watching KWQC TV, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the Quad Cities, with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel, this is Quad Cities Live.
QC, that's where. Today we are putting the spotlight on Tower Trust and Investment Company, learning more about their mission to preserve and grow your finances. Plus, embracing the skin you're in with a little help from Mint Aesthetics and Wellness, a new medical spa located in Bettendorf, offering a variety of treatments. And we're in the QCL kitchen, taking a closer look at everything sweet and savory being offered at Tiffany's Restaurant in downtown Davenport. You're watching Quad Cities Live on this Friday, February 7th. Now, before we talk about Valentine's Day, we have to talk about the Super Bowl set for this weekend. Thank you for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier. Whether you are cheering for the Chiefs, the Eagles, Kendrick, or Taylor, there is one thing that we can all agree on, and that is the food. Here to help us with that is Tiffany Cannon, owner of Tiffany's, located on 2nd Street in downtown Davenport. Welcome back.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here today. We love having you, and this is like, we're going to do a twofer today. So full disclosure, Tiff is going to talk a little bit about Super Bowl food, and then we're going to talk all about Valentine's Day later in the show. So we're starting with the game.
Yes.
And you are putting something together for us. You're going to show us how to put something together. There's a lot of people right now going, what am I going to make on Sunday?
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry. I even have the drinks too. So while we're getting ready and making the food, you might have people over. The game might start early. And in your mind, you might say, oh, it's too early to drink. But is it?
Never.
No.
Never.
Not with, we're going to make Tequila Sunrise Coronas, because we want, this is kind of a dude holiday, right? It's kind of a, I mean, there's girls, sports girlies too, but this is kind of a
We're incorporating the beer.
Yeah, so we want to make sure
and we're making it pretty.
Right, and delicious. So what we do, we're going to start with these Coronas, and what I want you to do is take this, that's a 2 ounce, and we're going to fill it with 2 ounces of tequila, because I mean, why do just Corona?
I'm spilling tequila
when
all over
you
the
can
table.
I'm gonna lick it up.
Okay.
So then we're gonna pour 2 ounces or whatever you want of tequila into your beer.
Okay.
Ready? We're gonna pray.
I'm scared.
And go.
Oh my God.
Yep, good.
She's doing amazing.
Great-ish. So this is just a little bit of an added kick, right? So we got the tequila in there because tequila and Corona go great together.
Okay.
And then we're gonna add some orange juice. So hey, you can drink it in the morning, right?
Look at you pouring that. That was so stressful.
And then to make it a Tequila Sunrise, we're just gonna add a splash of cherry juice.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, and then a lime, if you want the lime in there. And then that is it. And then it's go time, right?
It's go time. Cheers.
So then you can drink this while you're making your tater tots, right? Look at how cute that is. And everybody's happy. The dudes are happy.
Oh, it's good too.
Yeah. I know, it's great when it works.
Who would have thought? Yeah.
Tequila and Corona go great together.
Wonderful.
So here's what we want to show everybody is that you can take something so simple. Nobody wants to do a lot of prep and a lot of fancy cooking, and do you know what I mean?
No, we don't.
No, during the Super Bowl. Everybody wants to relax, drink your Corona Sunrises, have fun, and mingle with your friends. So what we're gonna do, we made a bunch of tachos with tater tots, and so we took tater tots and turned them into chicken bacon ranch nachos.
Yum.
So really, the sky is the limit with what you want to do. So let's make these together.
Yeah.
Okay, so take these.
Okay.
These are just tater tots that we fried real fast.
Oh yeah, they're still nice and warm.
Before we left, and go ahead and put those on the plate.
Okay.
And I don't fry stuff at home. Do you fry stuff at home?
Not typically.
No, it makes too much of a mess.
Okay.
So what I do is I just pop the tater tots in the oven, and they're fine.
Okay.
You want to make sure you hit them with the salt and pepper, so that they don't taste like, because potatoes can be a little bit tricky. If you don't put enough salt and pepper on them, they taste like
a little bland.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then what we're going to do, we just made some ground beef, and we seasoned it with taco seasoning.
Yum.
Easy peasy, right? And then you can literally just put this on here, put whatever you want on there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you did a chicken bacon ranch one. This is like a totally different take.
You could do
like a beef taco one.
Yeah, you could do like a barbecue chicken. So if you took one of those rotisserie chickens from Costco or Sam's and broke it apart, you could put red onion and barbecue sauce on it and some cheese.
It's a totally different one, yeah.
You could make an Asian one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you could do all sorts of things. Okay, so this is just some taco cheese. Perfect. And we're gonna add some Mexican cheese here. I mean, right?
That's the good stuff
Easy.
Right there.
And then what you want to do, Morgan, is just pop this in like a 350-degree oven until that cheese is melty. And then when it comes out, you don't want to send the pico de gallo in there. Do you want to put some pico in there? And then we're going to put top it with pico de gallo. And see, let's say you don't want to make pico de gallo.
Right.
I feel that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not making.
You don't want to dice things.
Yeah, just go to Aldi and get it.
Yeah.
Who cares? Nobody's going to come over to your house and be like, you didn't make this pico de gallo.
I can tell.
I'm not eating. No. They're going to be happy that you have something.
Oh my gosh, is that enough?
Yeah, I think that looks
great.
Am I
doing okay?
And then if you like it extra spicy, which some people, do you like spice?
I love spice.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
Got a girl.
Yeah.
And then
those
what I would
fresh
do,
jalapenos.
Yeah, I would just top it with some jalapenos.
How green.
Right? And then easy peasy. And then we just have some crema here. And we're just gonna.
Perfect.
Right? So, tachos.
I love this.
Yeah.
And I can just picture it, right? You make all of your tater tots, and then you have like kind of a different theme for each one, or just make one, like whatever you want.
If you were having a bunch of people over, you could say, okay, you're in charge of the Asian tachos, you're in charge of the chicken barbecue, you're in charge of you know what I mean? You could give everybody assignment, and then you could like vote during halftime who made the best.
I love it. I love it. Have a tacho party.
Have a
Wonderful.
Tacho party.
Well, thank you for doing this.
You're welcome.
To remind everybody that Tiffany's is located on 2nd Street in downtown Davenport. You can find the food and drink menu on the website, tiffany's.com.
With the PH.
Yes, Tiffany with the PH, just like you see on your screen. And we're going to see Tiff a little bit later in our show for a look at some really cool Valentine's Day features. So until then, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for the great ideas. Still to come on QCL, the mission behind the magic at Tower Trust and Investment Company. We'll get a behind-the-scenes look at this QC-based company with over 150 years of financial management experience.
QC, that's where we work best when we're together. QC, that's where is brought to you by a partnership with the Quad Cities Chamber and Visit Quad Cities.
The QC is where Tower Trust and Investment Company is making the most of opportunities to preserve and grow your finances, regardless of your wealth. With more than 150 years of experience among the entire staff, from trust officers to portfolio managers, the organization remains focused on its clients. Take a look.
Northwest Bank and Trust Company started its trust department in 1969, was very successful, and when we made the decision to sell the bank, we knew that we wanted to stay in the trust and investment management business. So as a part of that transaction, we created Tower Trust and Investment Company as a new subsidiary. About the only thing that changed with this transition is the name change and the location of the website.
And we continue to operate as a fiduciary, managing over $500 million for our clients.
Being a fiduciary is about managing money like it is your own. And our family's money is managed by Tower Trust and Investment Company, and it's managed in the same way that every client's is.
As a fiduciary, we have to work with our client's best interest. Every investment that we promote, we choose those investments feeling that it is the best for all of our clients.
A fiduciary is paid based off of an asset management-based fee. So our interests are very much aligned with our clients. If the markets are going up, we're benefiting from that because that individual is enjoying the market upswing. That being said, if the markets are going down, our goal is to protect as much of that downside as possible because it affects our pocketbook as well.
Where when you're working under a suitability standard, it may not be the best investment. It may be an investment that pays a higher commission rate to that broker, or someone that gets kickbacks for their marketing. So it's important that we feel we always work as a fiduciary, putting our clients' needs first and all of our investment recommendations to their best interest.
We have a staff that's tenured and experienced that provides the investment services right here in the Quad Cities, and that really sets us apart from a lot of other institutions that are out there today.
We don't have our clients call an 800 number. Everyone that calls our office is going to talk to somebody right here in Davenport. We work with our clients very closely, so we're answering their questions. We're getting back to them on the same day. They don't have to deal with a larger corporation. Those big decisions are all happening in-house.
We do get research across the nation. We have research partners that provide us excellent information that are top-tier organizations that have been doing this for many, many years, and those relationships have been with us for decades. It allows us to put together a great portfolio and a great investment experience for an individual here in the Quad Cities, but using the research and the knowledge of institutions that are across the world. We have 3 different phases of life that we accomplish here at Tower Trust and Investment Company. Our first phase that we talk to clients about is the wealth management phase.
We're working with them on what's the best way to save into their 401ks, whether it's pre-tax or after-tax, and how do they build on that and make sure they have enough saved for retirement that they can recreate that paycheck.
Second phase that we complete is the total and complete financial management phase, we call it. And it's a unique phase to describe. Ultimately, what we're doing with our clients in this phase of life is that something's happened. Physically or mentally, they're no longer able to handle their own financial affairs, and we need to be there to help. And we have the opportunity to serve as their financial power of attorney, and we also have the opportunity to serve as their successor trustee of their estate planning documents. And this allows us to do much, much more than what most advisors can do. We can start to pay bills, ensure the tax returns are done, the CD's renewed, the lawn is mowed, the grass is taken care of, the snow removal is done.
There isn't anything that our clients actually need to do. We change over all the mail to be coming to our department. We have our trust officers that are overseeing all the bills, and we're ensuring that we have readily cash available to pay those monthly bills and manage their investments all throughout that process.
Third phase of life that we take care for our clients is the legacy phase of life. And the concept is that we're settling their estate for them, whether it's a trust administration or a will-based administration. If they pass away, an individual passes away, the family, an attorney, the accountant, someone notifies us that that has happened, and we take the action steps starting from communicating with the funeral home all the way to the distribution of assets to the appropriate individuals, family members, charities.
We also ensure that their real estate is taken care of and managed, the home is cleaned out and gets ready to be sold, so that that process can be managed smoothly and that the next generation or the charity can receive the assets that they are entitled to receive.
I think that one of the things that makes us very special is that we've been in the business for a long time, and we've built a reputation of trust with, from the first clients to the second client to the third clients.
Oftentimes the clients will start to introduce us to their family, and we have found that to be one of the most fulfilling responsibilities that we have, is that we're not only taking care of that individual, but now we're taking care of their sons, daughters, grandkids.
There was a client, a friend, again, most of our clients are our friends as well, who passed away suddenly. And I was asked to go speak to his daughters about the fact that he had passed away. And so I met with the 2 of them individually to tell them that their father had made sure that they were going to be okay financially. It was an honor to be able to go in and say, we're here to do the best we can, to step into the shoes and do the things that your father would like us to do for you.
After losing a loved one, there's a lot of stress that comes along with that. The children or the other beneficiaries do not have to worry about the estate side of things. They can actually focus on their family and grieving at a time that's very difficult and stressful. And we ensure that that process goes smoothly so they're not pulled into the financial side of having to finish that estate process.
We do have clients that are nonprofit clients that come to us and say, manage my endowment or my scholarship fund or our operating account. We want to ensure that we have a better rate of return. Our goal is to make sure that we are not only hitting the financial goals of that institution, but we're also participating with that institution in the success of their organization. It might be attending trivia night. It might be attending their gala. It might be a situation where we're simply sponsoring an event for them and providing some financial support. The goal is to make sure that the vested interest of the Quad Cities goes along with Tower Trust and Investment Company. I'm proud of the team that we've created. I'm proud of the knowledge that they have. I'm proud of the growth that they've had over the years. But as we look to the future, one of the things that we think about is just the potential for us to be the go-to institution for individuals to go to for their investment and their estate planning needs. We feel that we can be a great resource for so many individuals in the Quad Cities, and we feel that we're just touching the tip of the iceberg, and we're excited to continue to expand our brand and make sure people understand the story of what exactly we can do for them.
And joining me now is that man you saw on the screen right there from Tower Trust and Investment Company, the president, Cody Allen. Cody, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Morgan. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course, a really great piece that we just watched. So we want to talk to you a little bit more. Of course, we saw what kind of is considered an iconic building, I think, in the QC Metro, the Northwest Bank building. So talk a little bit about that transition.
Sure. So for the last 30 days, we have been Tower Trust and Investment Company.
Wow.
But the 55 years before that, we were Northwest Bank and Trust Company's Trust Department. So over the years, we've transitioned through different phases of what we have become. But the idea was that we spent the last year planning for the process of becoming Tower Trust and Investment Company. Joe Slavens, our former bank president and now the owner of Tower Trust and Investment Company, his uncle founded the Trust Department back in 1969. Wow. As the years have gone by, we have now transitioned with the bank being sold and becoming a new name. At this point in time, we've become Tower Trust and Investment Company with the Trust Department investment assets moving along with us, and we couldn't be happier. All of our clients have followed us. We're in a process now of just making sure that everything's done and we're ready to go to hit that first step the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations on all the exciting changes. So something that you wanted to speak about, the 3 phases of financial life. So can you talk more about what all of that means?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we talk about a lot with our clients is the 3 phases of our financial life. And the first phase that we talk about is the wealth building stage, and the idea being that our clients are working with us to be able to make sure that they retire comfortably. And that takes many different forms, many different shapes. There's no one walks in and says, how much do I need for retirement today, because everybody's so different. As we work through that, we work through the process of planning for retirement, and then for those clients that are in the retirement years, we ensure that they have everything put together and ensure that their plan is to take care of them. So they have the monthly income that they need, or the quarterly income they need, and their Social Security benefits and their Medicare benefits all work together in concert. So our first phase of life that we take care of is the wealth building stage and the wealth preservation stage. That's our first phase.
Okay.
The second phase we talk about, it's a little more convoluted, but the idea is it's complete financial management. So this gives us an ability to be able to service someone's power of attorney. So if they need a financial power of attorney, or they need someone to be their trustee of their trust, we can come in and do more for them besides just managing their money. We can work through paying their bills, making sure their taxes are done, making sure that all the mail comes to us as an institution, and we take care of that individual.
Handle it all.
Take care of all of that. And one of the things we have found is, as families have grown and maybe grown out of the Quad Cities, or maybe they're in the Quad Cities and they're just busy with their own lives, this has become a really nice service to be able to accomplish for those families that need that type of help.
Yeah.
The third phase of life that we talk about is the legacy side.
Okay.
So somebody's passed away, and we need somebody to serve as the executor or the trustee of their estate, and we can settle that from start to finish. So we get a call that says, heaven forbid, somebody's passed away, and we'll work with the funeral home all the way through the process to make sure that eventually the assets are distributed out to the family members or the charities of their choice.
Yeah.
And we think those 3 phases of life really give us an opportunity to be able to say, we'll work through different phases of where you're going to land, from normally working with clients in their early to late 50s all the way through those years in which something has eventually happened to them.
Yeah, absolutely. You're just kind of the experts or the guides, so to speak, so that a lot of people in their regular day-to-day lives, they don't have that knowledge.
Right. We absolutely have folks that have different specializations within our department too. So the idea is that we have individuals that are wealth specialists, and they will manage money for people right there in the office and answer all the questions they need answered. We also have individuals that are used to taking care of mom and dad's bills and making sure their taxes are done and making sure that the snow removal is done when they're down in Florida and taking care of things. So we really have the right amount of skill and set with our staff in the office right there.
Wonderful. So to learn more about that staff, the entire team over at Tower Trust and Investment Company, just visit them on the web. That is towerqc.com. Cody, thank you so much, and congrats on everything.
Thank you. Thanks, Morgan. I appreciate it. We're looking forward to it.
Yes. Coming up on QCL, Mint Aesthetics and Wellness is here with a closer look at the variety of treatments available, from facials and fillers to hormone therapy and weight loss management. We'll learn more next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Embrace the skin you're in with a little help from Mint Aesthetics and Wellness in Bettendorf. This new medical spa offers everything from facial treatments to weight loss management, even hormone therapy. Lori Caruso is an esthetician and manager at Mint, and she is joining us here today. Lori, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to talking with you. I mean, this is a new medical spa in the area. A lot of people, of course, are curious and want to know everything that you guys have to offer. Give us a little bit of background on the space and when you guys first opened up.
Well, we just opened up right before the end of the year.
Wonderful.
So we're new to the Betplex whole area and everything, but we're focusing in on more of a wellness from the inside out, Morgan, because so many things play a part in our hormones. Weight loss, sleep, energy, cognitive, therapy. Everything is playing down to hormones. I remember reading in a book, and it said, your body is a symphony and the hormones are the instruments.
Okay.
And if one is out of tune, the entire performance is affected. Exactly, or feel good.
Okay, great. I'm excited to get into that. I love that approach, and I think that is something that we are seeing more and more, especially women. I think people are learning more about that and how that impacts you. So I'm excited to get into that. But before we do, let's go over just the variety of offerings that you have at the medical spa. So you're going to find the things that you can also find elsewhere. Of course, you've got the Botox, you've got the fillers and the facials. What else do you guys offer there?
We do Rejuva-Pen microneedling, which is a little bit different than its counterpart Skin Pen in the fact that it uses, it pulses down into the skin in more an exact rather than dragging across the skin, so less tearing, less room for error in the skin, and we can get a little more concise with that. And we do chemical peels, we do dermaplaning, we do all of those things. Yes.
Wonderful. And when you talk about the microneedling, so when you see a menu of things that you can do, what benefit does that have for people?
It depends on what their concern is.
Okay.
Generally speaking, I like to start off with something like a Diamond Glow, which does nice exfoliation, hydration, revamps everything. Get them on a skincare program that's going to start really addressing their exact concerns, and then go in with a program that's going to launch in to do more proactive, like the chemical peels, the microneedling, etc.
Wonderful. And yeah, we're seeing a facial happening by you, I believe, on the screen right now, and it looks delightful. Yeah. Very cool. You also do Cool Sculpting, which I believe we've talked about on this show before, and Cool Tone, which is kind of a newer thing, I think, offered in our area. So talk about those two treatments.
So Cool Tone is for muscle building.
Okay.
So it is the one that at 30 minutes on the machine is like doing thousands of reps of sit-ups. So it's a nice way to restructure if you want to redefine and contour. So the Cool Sculpting will do the fat melting and destroying of the fat cells, and then the Cool Tone comes in and reinforces that with the toning and the shaping.
All right,
it's a
very
great
cool.
one too.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys do B12 and injectable vitamin therapy as well.